back in the tent today with Sarah Austin, and I'm assuming usually you're doing the interviewing. Do you get interviewed a lot?
I can do both.
You can do both. Okay, good. Because you're a good interviewer, and so this is flipping the script. I remember you did an interview with me at August Capital last year, and I was super fired up. I think I was wasted too. And then you said the audio didn't work, so whatever. But anyway, welcome. Thanks for making time. Tell us a little bit about who's Sarah, what does Sarah do, and what does Sarah got cooking, and so on and so forth. So anyway, welcome to the tent.
Okay, thanks. I'm Sarah Austin. I'm the CEO and founder of Pop17, and it's a teen incubator for kids interested in technology and the arts, an after-school program, and in partnership with the YMCA, we are launching the first teen incubator right 2 blocks away from where we are right now.
Wow.
At the Twitter building in the Tenderloin to serve the kids who need the help the most.
Wow.
And
awesome.
At the end of the program, they can get internships here with tech companies like Yammer, Twitter. Sorry, excuse me. I got a little frog in my throat.
Water, but with tea, so it's probably not. But
so the goal is to create work skills so that the kids can get internships and jobs after high school.
Awesome. And so let's go back. I was just talking to someone. I think we met like 4 years ago or so at some event about PR in the Tenderloin, and you were talking about the interviews, and that's really one of the major things you've done. You've done all these videos and interviews, and so give me some of the stats, because I know they're pretty crazy as far as like number of views and some of the things that you've done. Tell me a couple of like accomplishments along the way.
Oh, okay. Well, I've won a lot of awards.
Okay.
I contributed to Forbes. I've been contributing for about 5 years, and I have actually made the Forbes 30 under 30 list in media.
Yep.
And I'm actually just launching a new blog on the Hub as part of PR Week to cover startups here in the Valley.
Wow. It's always amazing. Like every time I see you, you've got something else cooking. It's like, and I don't even know how many things you have on your plate right now, but like you're always pushing the envelope, you're always innovating, you're always building this network, and that's super awesome. So in some way, at least I try to think that we're somewhat alike. But so let's tell a couple stories. I remember at one point you told this Richard Branson story, and I loved it. So I'd love to hear that story again.
Okay.
Do you know which Richard Branson story I'm talking about?
Yeah. So one of my favorite interviews that I've ever done was with Richard Branson. And it wasn't just getting to meet him and see the launch of Virgin Galactic in New York City at the Natural History Museum, but it was also kind of crediting to see how I was able to get that interview, because a lot of people will say that if you're a video blogger on YouTube, you can't get access to high-level people. You have to be the editor of a major magazine to do that, and it's not true. You actually can get access to these people by being scrappy and just putting yourself out there.
Yep. And so what did you do? Because I'm going to tell you a story that I copied you, so I'd love to hear it. Tell the people what you actually did, because it's awesome.
Well, along the way and through my work at Gawker, I learned how to sneak into places and not get caught in order to gain access to certain people for interviews. And that's what I did at the Museum of Natural History. I just jumped right in and I said, "Richard, hey," and I just waved at him like as if I knew him, and then security thought that I knew him because he waved back, and then they just let me through. I just walked right up to him and started asking him questions.
Look, the reason I wanted you to tell a story is because being shy and not trying to do what you have to do to get to someone or a conversation or a contact isn't going to get you anywhere, right? And so I've now done this 3 or 4 times where I literally copied you. The last one was about a month ago at Thai. So Jeff Weiner from LinkedIn was doing a talk, which was, I think, one of the best talks I've heard in a long time. I'm like, I have to talk to this guy. And literally, like, he started walking off stage, and I just didn't look at anybody, didn't even acknowledge. I mean, just I straight walked back there. As he was coming down the stairs, I just stood in his way, and I'm like, blah 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 blah. And like, it was actually kind of interesting because I was talking about the Middle East, and they just opened an office there, so we just talked for like half an hour. And again, I don't know if something will come of it, but you know, I was inspired by you, so. Thanks for sharing that story.
Oh,
I
good.
love that story.
I just think that people have to get out there and suck it up and just go say hi and push themselves to not be shy and go meet people, because that's how connections happen. And like, no matter how high level somebody is at a corporation, like if they're the CEO or whatnot, they're still a person and they still connect with other people. So
Exactly.
just put yourself out there.
How many people have you interviewed?
How many? I don't
Do you
know.
know?
Thousands.
Thousands? And how many views have you had on your interviews? Or if
How
you
many?
do, on
How
YouTube?
many? Oh, on YouTube. Just on YouTube.
I don't know, whatever you use.
I don't know. I have millions of views.
Millions? It's
Yeah.
like, it's like 10, 15.
Tens of millions.
Oh, wow. Tens of millions. Okay. So I want to get an email like I just cracked 100. You know what I mean? So that would be a good milestone.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Crazy.
now you're working on this incubator for teens, and so you know, what made you want to do that? I mean, you're doing these interviews and you're doing web blogging. And what was that like aha moment where like, wow, I can put together something to help teenagers?
So I've always been passionate about technology, and I wanted to start a teen incubator because I wanted to help serve youth. That's my big passion point and driving force behind everything that I do. And the youth are the future leaders of tomorrow. They're who we should be investing in now.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are going to be supporting us in our elderly age. So it's good to invest in the youth
Scary.
because then that's the future workforces. So those are like the people we need to be training, especially in our local communities, and bringing up more talent and investing in talent and developers and designers, filmmakers,
So
hip hop artists,
is it across the
whoever.
board? It's not just tech, or I mean, is it really
It's all
anything?
tech related. So,
Okay.
but the kids can also compete for prizes like a weekend bike trip or something like that, where they can really get out and experience nature. So it's not just about being in front of a computer screen, but it's actually an incubator that is more holistic about, and that's really what the YMCA does. I mean, they look at everything from like cooking dinners at night to fitness and exercise to education, and I really come in on the tech side and building work skills.
Awesome.
Yeah, so in our teen center, the kids can go there, record an album or make a music video for YouTube, and then they can actually get an internship at YouTube.
Wow. I mean, it almost sounds like, oh, that's obvious or simple, right? But like, I think, we were talking about this the other day, like being a connector, a super connector. And it's not just connecting between people, but it's just connecting dots on like ideas. And I think you've always been like on the edge of that because you see so many things. And so you're able to say, oh, well, I have an audience. I want to support teens. I have a relationship with brands. I have this kind of relationship with the brands as far as the internship. So you're like the facilitator, right?
Right.
So that's super cool. So we're trying to do kind of the same thing for the Middle East, but not for teens, but I guess somewhat similar. What do you say has been the biggest hurdle or lesson for you in the last few years? Like struggle or what have you had to learn?
So when I was about 13, I had struggles just like any other teenager. I mean, it's really hard to be young because you have a lot of responsibility all of a sudden. You're not a kid anymore. But you're still a kid, so you still want to go out and play and have fun. And I was pretty academic. I was fortunate enough to grow up here in the Bay Area in an affluent community. in Mill Valley. And I had some resources in school, like the computer lab and cameras. And my history teacher gave me an assignment to make a short film about my local community. And instead of making about Mill Valley, I actually went next door to Marin City and started asking people about their struggles and what was the big struggle of the community. And they were saying that actually the developers were shutting down the projects for low-income housing and then displacing families to the East Bay, so that then my classmates, who I was really close with, were having to leave the school that I was in that had a lot of resources that they could break through poverty, and through education they could overcome. And so I was like, well, that's really unfortunate because I don't want to lose my friends. And so I felt like I was part of that struggle too. So I went out and made a documentary about it, and I won a film festival, and Stanford granted my school $50,000 and through a grant. And then I actually got a scholarship to go study at Stanford at their humanities department.
At 13, you did all
At
this.
14.
14, okay.
Yeah, it was over the course of a year, but I started at 13. And all my whole community was really happy because a lot of media and attention brought, not like just because of my film, but in addition to, ended up keeping the project. So then those kids were able to stay and take part of the educational resources at my school. So I was really happy about that, but it was overcoming a struggle and like really the whole community coming together. So it was at that moment that I learned that I could really bring together the power of brands, technology, and community to make a big impact. And so I knew that that was the trifecta that I would definitely spend the rest of my life devoted to. And so, you know, one thing led to another. I ended up in Stanford after that, on Sand Hill Road, and the first .com boom. And so I started going to parties, and actually Nick Denton noticed my video blogging at Gawker and gave me a column in Ballywag called Party Crashers. And so I got to go crash parties for him, and I got paid, so that was pretty cool, and kind of made like a micro celebrity out of myself at that time. But really what I learned from that was that I could be scrappy, I could get in front of anybody, and I could get the best access to the best CEOs, but then also, you know, give back to my community and do something with the kids. So that's why I launched Pop 17, and I've just been devoted to, you know, bringing in brands to and technologies to build new work skills, just like I've always done, and I always will do that.
And it's like, I call it a syndrome. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm sure you feel the same way. It's like, it's not like you can do anything else, right? Is there anything else that you could imagine yourself doing?
Well, I could definitely see myself working in fashion, but it would probably bring together the same philosophy of community, technology, and brands. So no matter what I do, it'll always tie back.
So once you've got your program set up, as part of like verticalizing it, why don't we just do and I know you talked about this before, the dolls, right? What are you talking about? The
dolls?
Like the voices, and then like something you told me a while back about
dolls, like Barbie dolls?
Like augmented.
Oh, augmented reality?
Yeah, you were talking about like doing like I don't know if it was like a cartoon or like something, but it was something like where it was basically you but in different styles. I don't know. It was something crazy. But my point is.
Oh, you mean like so I might have been talking about the AI project and creating avatars.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was.
The one you were talking about? Okay. Yeah, so with that company, actually, we've pivoted into Google Glass.
Okay.
So we're not doing like installments right now. We're just focused on Google Glass. But that, you know, I'm not really putting in as many hours with them as I was.
Do you know what Reg is doing with?
Yeah, I just talked to him today.
Oh, cool. Reg is cool.
Yeah, Reg is cool. Yeah. So yeah, he's involved. So
that's cool.
Yeah, but that's actually not my company. I'm an advisor to that company, and cool. I also let them use my face. for their development
That's awesome.
practices.
You're licensing your face.
I did. I licensed my face.
You get paid?
Well, actually,
Hopefully.
they have paid me for that, but then the advising is just like any advisor deal where you just
Yeah.
take equity in the
If
company.
anybody wants to license my face, it's available. Like,
Yeah.
it's not as good looking.
I went to the licensing conference and I met with a bunch of people and I was like, would you like to license my face?
That is hilarious, and that someone did. That's pretty funny. No, what I was saying was that if and when you do something related to fashion, which I know you will, right? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like given that somewhere along the way, Sarah's gonna be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna bump into you like, oh, I'm launching a clothing line, or I'm launching a tech website for like a virtual closet or something.
So right now I'm designing iPad cases.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's not clothes, but it's fashionable. Right?
Yeah.
That's cool. So, but I'm saying I can already foresee. I'm telling I'm the fortune teller here,
Oh, okay.
and I'm saying like one of these days I'm gonna run into you and you'll be like, oh, remember I was talking about fashion? Like we're doing something with fashion. I know this. And it's gonna be like, what's the show called with the designers on TV? On Project Runway.
Yeah.
I know you. I know this. You're going to have a teen Project Runway clone, similar or something. I know this already. So
How are you so psychic?
I don't know. I guess I'm connecting the dots.
I already have that in the works.
You know, it's so funny. I would like to plug into your head and see the list of things that you've got in the works, because that must be pretty insane. How many?
There's only 3 things.
Come on.
I only have 3 things in the
lie.
works, I swear.
No, 3 things that you're working on.
Yeah.
You have way more like things in your little treasure chest of ideas.
I'm definitely an ideas person.
Yes.
I have great ideas that don't just stem from a good idea, but also systems and business models
Seeing things, yeah. And just
yeah.
core
I have a business mind.
Very good. So, what's the third one then? So the incubator.
The purses and the TV show
TV show.
that you psychically read my mind on.
Psychically read. Hold on. So, ladies and gentlemen, not only am I cool, but I'm also a psychic.
Yeah.
No, it's funny, but
You need to have a crystal ball in here.
you know what? That's a
You need to
great
dress like a genie
idea. Dress like a genie. I don't think that would.
with like a big turban and like a gem on it.
People already think this is Orientalist, and then I would get like tomatoes thrown at me if I.
No, turbans are cool.
I
Wait, you
think
don't think a
turbans-
turban's sexy?
You know what? I've never actually worn one, but I will try one out.
And get
you know
a
what?
crystal ball.
When I'm in the Middle East, I'll buy a thing and I'll send you a picture.
Get a purple one with a gem on it.
And not a, what's the guy, the Latin, the little guy? Is that what you're talking about?
Abu.
Abu. Yeah, I'm Abu, that's it. Abu.
The monkey.
The monkey. I love the monkey. I love monkey. Oh my god. I love the monkey. Yes. Abu, the monkey. Ladies and gentlemen, I will officially be now known as Abu the monkey. So thank you very much, Disney. So Sarah. Abu the monkey. Yes. I'm gonna be Abu the monkey for Halloween. How's that?
Okay.
And I think
Deal.
I can pull it off. So Sarah, you ever feel like going to the Middle East?
I go to the Middle East.
When?
I was there in 2011.
You should go with us.
Okay.
We're going in September. We're doing 6
Where are you
cities.
going?
I don't know, but tentatively Tunis, Cairo, Beirut, Amman, Dubai, Doha, Istanbul.
Okay, cool.
So you
I actually have been collaborating on a documentary that I started in 2011 about the Arab Spring.
Wow.
So if you happen to be getting interviews and stuff about that and want to collaborate,
That's what we're doing.
okay, then we should all team up and just,
That's
I'll
awesome.
bring my footage. I have my friend Layla who is Persian from Iran, and she's been doing a bunch of interviews that she's
Hey,
collected.
You know her?
So
She good?
from SAP, Sabrila or Sabor, whatever.
You know I'm Persian.
You look Persian.
Half.
Oh, well, I don't really.
No, but that's interesting because
No.
I would love to find a way to connect the dots on that because we're
Yeah,
going to be
that'd
doing
be cool.
interviews, but as part of the trip, so we're bringing 10 teams back here to, I don't know, want to call them incubate them, but immerse them here. And so we want to create a documentary about their experience, their struggles, and whatever. So again, that's actually not my area of expertise. So maybe you can be in charge, and Layla. So that would be awesome. We'd love to meet her. Yeah. So if you can join or she can join, it's gonna be super cool. Yeah. Did you watch the Rihanna and 777 tour? So they did a documentary about Rihanna.
Whatever.
They did, yeah.
I know what you're saying.
They did
The singer.
7 cities, 7 concerts, 7 cities, 7 concerts in 7 days. That's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're doing 6 or 7 cities in 3 weeks, which is pretty much the same because it's going to be pretty intense. But
Wow.
Anyway, so if you feel like cruising over to Dubai or
Sure. I could. I want to go to Jordan.
Amman's awesome. It's really cool. Yeah, so we're already talking to partners there, and I already know a bunch of people. So I've been to the region now 7 times in the last year, and so we're excited to visit again and again pick some awesome teams and bring them here, and maybe we can bring a couple teenagers and
Wow, that would be really
that would be
cool.
awesome, right? Anyway, we finish the story on the interview usually with something we call old rules. What's your number 1 rule?
Rule?
Yeah, rule.
There are no
Do you have
rules.
any? There you go. That's funny. No, seriously.
My rule is there's no rules.
There's no rules.
There shouldn't be rules. I mean, I guess like be happy and be respectful.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much tell everyone, like, if you're not happy, like, don't show up,
Respect
pretty much.
What does Ali G do? Respect that. Right? Doesn't he do that?
You're Ali G.
You know what? I could be Ali G because I can do Borat, I can do Bruno, and I can do Ali G.
Okay, give me a Borat.
Yes, Gamesh. This here is Borat with wonderful lady Sarah Austin. We are good friends with Barbara Bush, and today we are in this tent to interviewing the people for Kazakhstan.
That was pretty
freestyle,
good.
right?
Nice.
I can do Bruno. Bruno is. Bruno. I gotta switch gears, you know. Bruno is. Yeah, ich bin here with Sarah Austin, and today we are doing this interviewing, and she's doing many videos. Sarah, can you tell me what do you think about energy and love?
Oh, love is great. Ding.
See? And then who else? And then Ali G is. Ali G is here with my main lady, Sarah Austin. Much respect, but I've been trying to do that. She be working on the education of them teenagers, and I don't know. This sucks. No, actually, I should practice.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I always wanted to do improv, and so now I'm thinking I want to do like improv with like different voices.
Okay.
So that's like one of my little side projects. Anyway, so yeah, I can do voices. Anyway, it was great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks. Are you going to August Capitol?
Yes.
Are you doing interviews there again?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be wasted and you can interview me this time.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, we do a little and we'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, next time. Adios, arrivederci, ciao. Peace.